welcome. Welcome back to VCT GCA. This kind of feels like a really bad fever dream to you guys, and I'm so sorry. We're supposed to have fun today. This is a fun day of VCT GCA. We're highlighting really, really good talent, especially coming into these games. It's Dart Monkeys versus Solaire. I'm here with Epitomes, and I am Gompers. And we're really gomping out here. We're looking at a really, really heated matchup. We're coming over to Fracture, the second map. And the first one being won up by Solaire, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, Fracture is definitely one of those maps that is very unconventional. Dart Monkeys completely dominated on it before, but now we're going up against Solaire, who has this really strong Neon player in Hypers that is just able to take so many of these fights really early on and capitalize so much off that high gear. So, I mean, I am really excited to see if what they're going to be able to bring out against Dart Monkeys, since Dart Monkeys favors so much of that aggression, pushing the extremities really early and trying to go for those pinches when they seem to be at a disadvantage. I mean, earlier we even saw a bonus round ace from Grimoire when the enemy team had Vandals with a Spectre. So that's definitely something to look forward to.
I do have to say too, like, you know, I did see chat saying that they wanted you to wear some clown makeup as well. So.
Yeah, right now.
No shame.
Let me get a mirror. Not bad.
It's okay. She'll come back and she'll have like the full face for sure. For sure. We gotta look like sisters.
Yeah, I don't have the blue eyeshadow, you know? Like,
it's okay. You don't need the blue eyeshadow. You just need the nose and the lips. That's literally what carries the look. I just put this on because
so true.
you know, sometimes I can't control what I do. So, it's definitely impulsive, but
you just went for it.
I just went for it. But we look so scary. I just saw us turn around in the beginning, but but I do want to say Dart Monkeys, it didn't have too good of a run within the last map. Honestly, they had a really good comeback, but looking into Fracture, I think this is going to be their map. 100%. We saw them play before. They're definitely a lot more confident on a map like Fracture, and they were lacking that confidence on Breeze. So, you know, still owing that respect to Solaire. I think they're still going to owe that respect, but I also think they're going to do it in a manner where it's dominant, because Grimoire, that's Grim's map.
Yeah, I mean, Grimoire, that was a huge performance on the Brim. And and I think that the Viper on Chai was definitely very, very strong. And Brim, because they have that Neon to supplement some of the smokes, either Brim or Viper can work, because the weakness of Viper is you place down that wall once and that's it. That's the only thing that you get. But with Brim, it's you don't have recharging smokes. So you only have those 3 smokes and you have to use them well. So having a Neon on both sides, you need those controller capabilities to help cover a few more angles, especially if your Viper or Brim is out of utility. And I think it might be a battle of Neons on this map.
I think so too. If Solaire want to commit to that Neon, right? So if they do, it definitely would be a battle of the Neons. I really like the Neon coming out from Solaire as well, because you know, on a map on Breeze coming into that defense, yeah, you can play aggressive and that works out fine. But you know, it's not necessarily the best place to be starting off with a Neon pick, and you would want to start off attack majority of the times. But we do have the map picks. I mean, my apologies, the agent selection that we're seeing come in, and I thought I saw a Yoru. I was hallucinating a bit, but it looks like the same exact composition. I'm assuming that Solaire did their homework, especially because like this, there's no way this team picks the Neon, knows that Dart Monkeys likes the Neon, but then abuses the Neon in replacement, trying to go against Dart Monkeys, and then wins the last map of Breeze, now coming into this Fracture, trying to go against them with the same type of composition.
I think the last time Solaire played Fracture, they also pulled out the Neon, but I'm a little bit surprised about the Brimstone. Yes, he is a little bit more mobile, but yeah, I feel like the Viper will definitely benefit your more aggressive plays. But at the same time, Brim, because he has that Sim Beacon, can really just buff up your Neon that much, make the movement so quick that it's just impossible to track, and that can also get you a lot of early picks from those engagements.
Oh, look at that. That was like the scariest merge I think I've ever seen. I don't know if that was just me, but yeah, seeming as if this is gonna work. Although I don't know, like we just have to see it get started to really see what Solaire's plans are.
Yeah, Solaire, I mean, it's really hard to say here. But for now, it looks like they're trying to go actually a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, already running up. Corrosive coming down its phone. They know exactly what to expect, but is this a good idea? I'm assuming so. No, Corrosive gets taken down, so still trying to come to an understanding.
Planted.
Yeah, but just issues probably. But here's the spike going down. 3v3 situation. Chai taking down Autumn, trying to get into better positioning for this post plant.
There.
Yeah, shots coming down. Maybe's trying to do their best to be able to get something through the smoke. The defusal coming down are the ticks available. And it's a 2v2, still up to Summertime to work their way around the back, and the attacking side cannot try to get this pistol round. So Solaire taking the first round here on the Dart Monkeys map. And initially, I think that overextension in the beginning was probably the reason why Dart Monkeys couldn't keep this map together.
And now Dart Monkeys losing their first round. Then again, it is only the first round, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure here, because it is only their first round. It's not a big deal. But they lost their first map, and this is their map pick, and they really want to get as far ahead as possible. Then again, they did struggle a little bit more on the attacking side the last time they played Fracture as well, and really preferred that defense for the physical weapon. But now it just seems like they're I'm not sure if they're just anxious.
Trap destroyed.
Because Grosu already pushed up, having that stinger now, looking to get that early pick.
Second time Corrosive is pushed up as well.
Spike planted.
I mean, we're kind of just waiting around to see what will happen. Corrosive doesn't want to overextend like they did last time. Nice flash to be able to allow Corrosive to peek, but nothing. And no importance coming out of that, so left up to Dart Monkeys to see what they can do. Corrosive gets two, which is actually going to be beautiful. A beautiful opening to be able to get Dart Monkeys back on the board, especially coming into this 1-0. But Solaire, I mean, still looking for whatever they can. Scavenging, if anything. Taro finds the one. It's going to be 80 down. Brimmore trying to retrieve something. The defusal there. But I think the peek here, a little too risky. Didn't use any util to try to get themselves up. And it's going to be Leah taking that 2-0.
Still not bad, because it's definitely been a really expensive round for Solaire, just because of the fact that they've been able to get it down to one player.
Yeah.
Solaire is going to have to rebuy into those rifles. But on the other hand, Dart Monkeys, they sat pretty, just bought that single stinger to try and even things out, and now they're able to buy full rifles instead, and this is a good position for them to get their first round.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very important for Dart Monkeys to get. If they don't get this one, then honestly, I don't even know what to expect anymore. Solaire just looks so good. Playing on this defense. No aggressions. This time they're actually playing outside of the site and mostly playing retake on it.
Well, they cleared out the stairs at the very least. Otherwise, these defenders very walled off, especially by these smokes that last for such a long time. And even though there's a flashpoint going out, this site was given for free. Solaire is playing some kind of retake game, and there's no flank watch. The trademark isn't here on the south side of the map, so they don't really know if there is a flank that they walk.
Yeah, there's some that util to give away the information. Grim can't even hit the shots, but it's okay because he got some backup. The reinforcement allows you to continue to, try to play for something, but it's up to Taro to find another, and he can't. It's going to be a flawless here for Dart Monkeys. A round that they needed to give themselves more of that momentum, but a 2-1, not looking too far off.
And now they have so many of their guns to bring into the next round off of that flawless. And Solaire, they have two ultimates ready. That's the really scary part, because these are huge game-changing ultimates. You have that Rolling Thunder to concuss them, knock them off, and then you also have the Nightfall that's going to deafen them as well as cause them decay and even out that health advantage. So even though they do have light shields, that Nightfall is just going to be a game changer, especially in the retake situations. Info, health advantage, and deafen, that's just, it's just so overloaded there. And now, seems like Dart Monkeys are that was such a good stun.
A really good default as well. Just hiding back, Dart Monkeys knew that a possible aggression would come out, especially since they had that Rolling Thunder. So playing into that, trying to lure that ultimate in. Now Dart Monkeys having these 5 players left, having Solaire only have 4.
Like Dart Monkeys want to go towards B now, and because Solaire rotated off of that completely, they just got away down. And there's the Nightfall again. It wasn't used in combination with the Rolling Thunder, and this gives them a lot of information. And Chai, one enemy one trade though, Gompers. Taro might be the saving grace of this team.
I think they will be. No.
Nice job.
Hirosu coming around, taking Taro out. And a 1v2, yeah, not the easiest types of situations, especially when you got when you're the one who has to get the defusal. So, still though, Autumn in summertime, that's the Rolling Thunder, and of course the Nightfall available for the taking. So that's a lot of area of effect there for a team like Dart Monkeys to get onto the site.
And Dart Monkeys, that was so nicely played, especially with the Rolling Thunder on A main. They're having just the perfect stun to slow down Hypers, force them off that angle, and then peek for the kill. And even though they use the Rolling Thunder, they don't get a pick off of it. So they were going into that retake 4v5 already at the player disadvantage. And even though most of the trades were 1-for-1, because they started at a disadvantage, they ended with 2 players of Dart Monkeys still alive. And now Dart Monkeys have that ultimate combo. The Nightfall and the Rolling Thunder available for them.
Yeah, will they bring it out? I'm sure they're waiting for a good time to be able to expend those ultimates, but I don't think right now is the time. Patero. Look at that, watching. The patience will pay off, but will they be patient enough? Just a couple seconds. Literally waiting until that 30 mark might actually be the thing they need to do. No, but the Prowler pushing them back in just through time. They try to extend themselves out further. To peek out once more, but it's Leah just with the Sheriff taking out one, and that's going to be big off Dart Monkeys. They lose their breach.
Ooh, but they still have this Autumn to try and get that information, but the flash is so good. The flashes are amazing for Solaire, so they still got 2 players, and Avery is determined to make this work.
The determination will pay off at the end. Solaire did a really good job at isolating these players, and maybe they picked up some rifles of their own. Yeah, it seems like it. Taro having the tour de force, and that was a thrifty round, completely won out by Solaire, and just because they got really, really important players out like the breach.
Dart Monkey's gonna stay a step behind Solaire, that thrifty doing them wonders, and now it's an operator in the hands of Taro.
Yep.
While Dart Monkeys, they still buy back in, they still have the money available and ready, right? But it seems like they're gonna have to expend the overdrive in order to get this one through. Summertime, however, still having the Rolling Thunder for Grosu to follow up on with the overdrive and the high gear is a really important and crucial factor to this round that might be able to push them towards that round win. Here's this overdrive going in now, and it doesn't seem like there's any utility to help out just yet. There's a flashpoint through, it actually flashes Grosu themselves, and instead Grosu's going to just path towards drop instead.
Yeah.
Spike planted.
Still though, Chai having that orbital strike is really, really good for zoning this plays out. Perfect play from Avery, playing with the Prowler to push themselves up inside of CT side. But still so much free Q to the left to be used. Dart Monkeys trying to fight their way over. Solaire manages to continue. Down in CT, taking a lot of space up, but not enough. And this is scary. Like, in this situation right now, Dart Monkeys, yeah, they might actually be able to clutch this up right behind a BT. I don't even think Grosu knows this, but no! The information there! And still gets the pick.
You have got to be kidding me.
That was so nicely done. Having to flick down to take out the Prowler while VCT goes for the swing.
Yeah.
And it was just incredibly well played from Solaire once again. But down to the wire, they are missing that operator and not able to retrieve it for Taro. So you got a player that is kind of low on creds. You have Chai, who has to go for the half shields instead. But otherwise, not such a bad round for Solaire. Just not able to build up as much economy as they would like due to the fact that they have to rebuy. Dart Monkeys have to rebuy as well. And Avery this time going to pop that tour de force. But it's still a very fractured buy for Dart Monkeys.
You want to play? Let's play.
Oh, nice from Avery. The smoke came down a little too late, so being able to spot out Hypers that early is great, because Hypers is a really big factor as to why they get onto the site majority of the time. There it comes, the Prowler in and Kurosu in as well. Taro coming out. Nothing more to say to it. Yeah, Grim still having the ultimate as well. Oh, beautiful opening for summertime.
Oh, the way that Chai's body fell there. Just complete vertical as they go down. And now Solaire in a 2v5 retake situation is just a save for Solaire. They know that this is going to be the last fight unless it's not a save, and they're going on the flank or just going for exits. Hard to say.
Yeah, they're pushing up, taking their sweet time for Dart Monkeys. It's a 5v2, so they can take as much time as they please, especially since they're saving. Summertime working their way around the back. They don't even know. They're down in sewers.
Being butt buddies. Oh. That's it. A save for Solaire. Finding 2 rifles to bring into the next round. Rifles, full shield, and Dart Monkeys. Actually, Summertime is actually going to stick to the Guardian. Didn't bother to pick up a better gun in that last round. So now we have a bunch of players that are just, I think, trying to save economy here.
There.
So they are sticking to whatever they had left over from the last round in Dart Monkeys. So they have that one player that's in shields.
Unfortunately, flashing out the neon, so they can't execute as fast as they wanted to. And this is actually a really good stall out. So they stun back, push Solaire back so they can't follow them down in there. Really, really big, heavy entry over towards B, and there's only one left standing. Oh, and it's going to be Taro, but Taro, and then the fun is if they manage to take out Kurosu, this is going to be big Autumn. Kind of having that reinforcement back there. It's up to Dart Monkeys to continue to take these players out, so the number's low.
Dart Monkeys already have the spike down. They're going to use those relay bolts to try and delay just a little bit longer. But eventually they're going to have to take these fights. Chai having 2 sky smokes available and Hypers with the back lane and the high gear now.
Pushing up 4 to 3 still. Dart Monkeys trying.
Last player
Chai. Not a lot that you can do in this situation, but a 4 to 4 is just fine. And just great. I think this is going to be a really close game. I mean, by the standings of it, it's just a back and forth from so far.
And now Dart Monkeys 4 to 4, definitely not as dominant as what we saw the first time they played Fracture, but they're definitely bringing it back a lot more than they were on Breeze and letting fewer rounds go, and especially on this attack. And I think when we switch over to the defense, Solaire is going to have a lot harder of a time against Dart Monkeys' aggression. And now Solaire looking like they want to go a little aggressive too, especially towards this arcade side.
Entry onto site is going to be harder than usual. I mean, there's not a lot that Dart Monkeys can play with here, unless they try to farm some of these orbs. This is the pretty much the wait that we're watching right now. Solaire trying their best to push up into worse. Kurosu finds one of their own, and it's Hyper's waiting for them to peek. But Kurosu does none of the sort. I mean, it's that obedience that plays so well.
There.
util being used. And oh, this is shy. That was a flank. They have the trademark on the other side of the map, so they didn't see that one coming. Taro trying to sit in a corner, gets peeked out. They know exactly where she is. Rolling Thunder to take down a few.
Last player standing.
The only
Spike
one more
down.
standing.
Defender
Still
spawn.
3v1.
30
Dart
seconds
Monkeys.
left.
Once again, we say this back and forth happens, and it continuously does. Avery looking for the spike. It's not even in their hands. Oh no. I wouldn't be too happy peeking this one. Everybody's waiting. This is an interesting crossel that we're seeing as well.
10 seconds left.
Might just be able to actually peek off this contact here. Taro peeks the first. Only 10 seconds left. Yeah, nice from Taro. Although Solaire, 5 and 4. Still, it's hard to make a prediction.
Dart Monkeys is just struggling to get ahead. And they're deciding to go for the timeout now with the Rolling Thunder and Overdrive available once again. I feel like because Solaire give up the sites so often, since they play very similarly to Dart Monkeys on this map, if you're going to use the Rolling Thunder on the site, then it doesn't work. You need to only use that Rolling Thunder after you know and have information that there are people there.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, information being the biggest key here. But so I think regardless, Solaire are playing to the best of their ability. The adaptations are great. They managed to switch things up based off the playstyle of Dart Monkeys, whether it be trying to push up aggressively, knowing that Dart Monkeys likes to kind of stall for some time or try to get their first picks and head on to the site as to which, you know, had that one. But I think overall this is going to be a pretty difficult game to play for Dart Monkeys.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be struggling. I think they're used to just having some sort of dominance and sway, but Solaire is not afraid of them, and they are definitely making a lot of things, like just making a lot of things bite them in the back that they're doing. Like they try to go aggressive and then they just get ulted from the other side of the map, and they try to go towards that B site. They're in defender spawn, and then they get so much utility thrown at them. Now that Haunt take it out early, that's at least a little bit of early information here. Now Kurosu running over to the other side. High gear used, slide now gone. But overdrive still available with the Rolling Thunder in tandem. It's possible. Sites given for free. Now everyone has to be in this small area.
Oh no. I mean, Terra sticks to it. They know they can TP themselves out. They're just trying to be the backup there for Hypers. Hypers, nice pick. Sitting off of Kurosu. So once again, Kurosu overextending themselves, getting that punishment down. The BT doesn't even know down from the corner. There is going to be the one on him, finding the shot with Taro there for the refrag. Around the corner, though. And this is scary, because you peek through that, you get taken out. Krimmore getting a 3K, and we said it before, this is Karim's map. And we can see as to why. Already taking things back for Dart Monkeys. And things could change. Honestly, Solaire is a lot more aggressive on the attack. I'm more so afraid for Dart Monkeys as to what's going to happen after this half.
And now Dart Monkeys, I mean, on the defense last time, they seemed to be getting a lot more value and were struggling less than they were on the offense, 11-1 against their intense attack throwers, who were their current opponents when they were on that defensive half. But now on the attacking half, I'm not sure. This just seems like a struggle bus for Dart Monkeys. While they are tied 5-5, they just can't seem to pull ahead. They've been one step behind Solaire for basically the entirety of this match.
No, one step behind, not that bad, but there is going to be somewhat of a stun out coming through. Kurosu finds the site. This is really good out of Dart Monkeys. A really fast approach that we haven't seen in a while. Honestly, I mean, the last round was definitely a good one. But needing a lot more of this to be able to get these rounds in. There comes Taro. If one peak comes down, it is going to be Kurosu. And this is the consistent punishment that we're seeing out of Kurosu. Is this a good idea? Absolutely not. They already have the site. It is going to be a 1v5 coming out once they try to get themselves into CT. And now you create this scenario where Dart Monkeys can't even try anything. And it's up to Autumn in a 1v3. Everybody low enough. If Hypers peaks once more, this is perfect. The information with the spray gun could come through. The moment the dissipation of the smoke happens, it's Autumn. getting taken out and a defusal for Solaire.
That was such a tough situation for Autumn to be in, using the Nightfall, having so many marks, but not having any access to them, and not having the Prowlers to follow up either to try and isolate the fights. And that is just so hard because they were trying to clear out Autumn, and maybe if she had stayed hidden for just a little bit longer, she might have been able to stall for a bit more time and do some more eco damage. But just hiding in the smoke, nowhere to really go, and throws the seeds, gives away her own location. So it is just really tough here. Now a buy round for Dart Monkeys again. Rifles across the board except for Hypers, holding on to that Spectre and also the Overdrive.
Yeah, Prowler seeking out Kurosu but doesn't find anything, so no pushes out. And there is no privacy when it comes to the defense. They want to know all that information. They want to understand why. What are you doing? What are you seeking for? And it seems like right now the A side is the best thing.
Autumn's cleared things out. Spike is all the way over at B.
Yeah.
They're just waiting.
This is good though. Because playing the retake on A, not that bad, but still having so many players around B is going to be the best thing. Look at Grim. Oh no, but the smoke's not coming in enough time. Too early, if anything. Could have waited a little bit longer, maybe for that 30-second mark, and things would have been great. But a Molly coming through to stop the push out, the chokehold. Completely committed. Habidi knowing exactly where these players are. They have to commit to a full rotation towards A, and now they hear this. They know what's going on. It's going to be that 30-second mark. Dart Monkeys have to get the spike down.
There. Autumn.
Yeah.
Still trying to hold rope down. In summertime, this is still such an open plant. But it's the Overdrive now coming in. Gompers, they have to try to retake.
The retake isn't going to be easy, especially with Dart Monkeys. Look at that. Leah taking one of their own. It's going to be Autumn. With that, the Prowler's not able to be used. Solaire getting taken down in a 6-6 half. And things could be different. But I'm unsure as to how this is going to play out.
Yeah, I'm unsure as well because we were talking about how Hypers was fragging well and doing extremely good job on Breeze, on the Neon on defense, but now on Fracture, we thought that might be a difference maker of these Neons doing their best, especially on the defense, to be able to secure those frags and take early fights. But Hypers hasn't been doing so well, and it's mostly just Taro on that chamber, the Sentinel, who's been fragging out, and it's the same for Dart Monkeys. So even on the offense, Avery has been getting a lot of frags, and Grimoire is close behind, but that's not surprising. Grimoire is known for this map, is good at this map, and she's just played incredibly well on this map in the past. So now we're gonna see what Solaire brings on this attack.
Yeah, what are they putting down on the table that Dart Monkeys can eat up? Solaire on attack, honestly, looking good so far. Look at that. The beady. Right through the smoke. Looking really good taking that. But Kurosu is actually stepping way too close into territory there. And it's unfortunate for them. It was the stun from Kurosu that put them down. And now Solaire taking things 7-6, putting themselves on the board here in this half. And it's just a very dangerous situation. It already looks so good on the pistol.
Yeah, and on the pistol, nearly flawless.
Yeah.
Summertime, finding one on the way out. But now Solaire, they're comboing their util really well, and they're not afraid to use it to get themselves onto site. And now on the post plants, Dart Monkeys are falling apart on the retake. They were trying to go for a flank, but the timing just wasn't there. Summertime a little bit late, couldn't get those picks because the initiation was just started too quickly. And now on the buy up, Dart Monkeys going aggressive. Habiti though, finding that first. Ooh! A pinch came through for Solaire, or for Dart Monkeys to take down one. At the very least. And I think they might be reading into this one as well.
Yeah, I think so too. But this is good for Dart Monkeys because they managed to take out one. They still have the breach available, so 2 initiators left. Not to mention the fact that they have these smokes. So this is good for Dart Monkeys. They can maneuver themselves around the site to be able to get themselves close enough to find one. But 2 players left within tower. There is going to be one So down in CT. At least 2. Leah finds the first. Good for Solaire. More to come. There comes the headshots down. It's going to be a 1v4 in summertime in a dire situation. Having one flash, is it clutch factor? No, it is not. There is no win condition with the one flash. It's 8 to 6.
You know, that Bulldog skin always confuses me because I'm wondering, does Taro just have a stinger and one tap summertime from across the map? No, it was a Bulldog. And now, Solaire, they have a few rifles to bring into the next round as well because they bought so big during their second round. It's going to be Phantoms, Vandals, Spectres, and a single Bulldog. Dart Monkeys, on the other hand, they're struggling with their economy. They still have a few half shields on the board, and this is their round to win. They need to try and close this to a 1-round lead. And Avery, in a very tough spot, forces the rendezvous out, and now Dart Monkeys, they basically have opened up this site completely.
Yeah, Shy almost getting caught out. Super unfortunate there, but it stalls out for enough time for Autumn to get the flank around Leo. The timing actually magnificent. Manages to find one, but this is good. Dart Monkeys in a 3v2 situation now. No longer. Doesn't matter. The numbers aren't there. Dart Monkeys. And this is good on their buy round, taking things back, not allowing that a 3 win streak coming out for Solaire.
That was just so good from Dart Monkeys. I mean, it was still a lot of trades back and forth, but the timing from Autumn, especially on the flank, is crucial there, and the quick retake for giving the site. Avery has forced the rendezvous, right, because of the Prowler, but because of that, they get the free real Russian. They're able to go back in with the team on the retake, and Solaire, this is their buy-up, but a few of the players can't really buy Vandals or Phantoms. They have to go with the Bulldog. However, on the other hand, what can really even that out is going to be that Rolling Thunder. Leah's already got that up in the 4th round in the half, and that can really make a huge difference, especially on the attacking round.
Go, go, go! Walking up. This is good. I like the way Solaire plays. And the thing that's so different that I don't even think we noticed yet, look at that. The Rolling Thunder coming down. They're getting so much space to stop anybody from coming down within CT. And right now, they believe that they're trying to expend themselves over towards B. The moment that plant comes down, now they have to give into a rotation. The only thing they can look for is the pick. The first one comes down, it's going to be Chai, but there it is. So much util to push them back. All they're playing for is the time. There's not a lot of time left for Solaire. Already a 2v4. Avery looking beautiful. And right behind is Darrow getting taken down. And it feels like a stab in the back for them, a wound that cannot be healed.
Dart Monkeys, that was such a good round from them. They were able to take back so much space in such a quick amount of time. And it's also the fact that they were going for the pincer onto that A site, having Autumn and Grimoire coming in from both sides of Satellite and Main, and also having a few players just left to contend with. And they backed up so far off that A site as soon as they know what was happening, because they look up, they see that scoreboard, they see the Rolling Thunder available, they know that they like to ult through spawn, and then they just go all the way back to the B site so that they can play together, play for those trades. And Solaire now, they are on that save round. Dart Monkeys, this is their chance to finally get the upper hand, and now Corrosive being stunned early. That's not what you like to see early round, but they've also got the aftershock.
Yeah, they're definitely playing for that third mount for Dart Monkeys, which
Face your fear!
isn't going to be easy to try. Yeah, Corrosive, nice stun out, but the biggest problem is the fact that the tethers are giving away the location. They can see exactly where they are, but Corrosive manages to hit the shots. The crosshair placement looking fine.
One enemy remaining.
And Dart Monkeys, I mean, you can't catch a break. Of course, it is kind of like an awkward buy as well, so I have to give it to them, but Dart Monkeys finally, after so long, taking the lead.
They invested so much into that round as well. I mean, I wouldn't call the Nightfall like just a really high cost ultimate, but it is a really nice ultimate to have, especially for your buy rounds. And it's the same time you are on an eco, and the point of the eco is to save money, right? But instead you use your 7-point ultimate, both Prowlers, to follow up on the ultimate, and the C's as well, to just try to get one person off the site. And they couldn't even get the plant down at that point in order to get themselves a little bit of economy. So I felt like that was very expensive for Solaire despite it just being an eco. It was an expensive eco round, just on the higher end for if you're trying to be cheap.
Yeah, but right now Solaire at least having something to give too. I think the aggressive approaches came to an end. They realized it wasn't working as diligently as they were before, but they consistently tried for the A site regardless. So I feel like, you know, we're kind of lacking the B takes. Maybe because they assumed something bad would happen. The time here. And look at that fast rotation. If they had this information from Solaire, they could have played off this so well.
Such an interesting position right now.
Spike
Both
down,
of them going into underpass. Solaire getting out on top of the trades.
Oh no.
Spike down.
And it's always
B.
so worrying. Because they have tremendously fast rotations for Dart Monkeys, but I don't think they ever realize here for
seconds left.
Solaire. They never try to bait out this information.
Early. And Summertime gets taken down.
One enemy remaining.
Nice from Grimoire to 2. And Avery takes it back up with the op. I don't know. Are we going to a third map is the question. Seeming like right now, yes. There is still some time for Solaire to bring things back, but as it looks right now, this buy round is the last one they'll probably have in a while.
And now Dart Monkeys, they also have 4 rounds in a row to get themselves some really big momentum and swing them into the next round. You also saw Hypers invest the overgear or overdrive into the last round in order to get absolutely nothing, just taken down immediately as soon as that ultimate is pulled out. So you don't even have that for an eco round, so you can maybe buy a teammate instead. But Kurosu does have it and is looking for one behind the boxes, but that concussion is doing a big work to keep someone safe. Kurosu, however, through the fast lane even, is able to take down one, and there is someone just hiding behind these boxes, followed up immediately. It's almost a flawless round. Dart Monkeys with 4 and up to 11. Solaire, no answer thus far for these last 2 rounds.
And they won't have one for a while. I talked about it. Look at this, and they're continuously going this really awkward save buy. I think right here, just save. What is the point of having 2 Vandals in your arsenal if you can't even fully commit to a site under these circumstances? Yeah, and it looks like they're gonna do that right now. They're trying to save themselves from any type of defeat.
You want to play? Let's
Now
play.
Avery.
I feel like you could have just gone and peeked that either way, since you do have that rendezvous in. Recalls the teleport as well, and it's just going to back off all the way to Sands.
Still some time. Avery is stuck in an absolute pickle. This is great from Solaire because look at that, zoning them in. They knew they were in that corner. There was no way out. Now Autumn trying to pressure any of the players of Solaire back, and this might actually be the retake that they need. If this is a save round, a possible thrifty that could come down, but am I going to jinx it? Possibly so. Kurosu and Autumn find it. The victory that they needed to take things to match point, but still Solaire playing so well and almost had it.
That wide swing from Autumn, knew that Taro had the tour de force active and just decides to swing a little bit wider off the angle because that sees said that someone else was in that corner, and it was just so well played from Autumn there, pressuring them back into a main and just going in and trying for a pinch with Kurosu going in from the site. And now Dart Monkeys, they're against a full buy this time around. No ultimates, except Avery has that tour de force that has immediately been popped, and I think they're assuming this is going to be the last round in this map. They're going to map 3. It's going to go to Haven, and they're not going to let this finals go.
Yeah, the assumption is there. I would think so as well. Look at that, though. A nice opening from Hypers. No more smokes. And it's up to Avery to decide whether or not they want to clutch things. A nice refrag from Avery. And pushing these players back as well. No, actually, yeah. No, Hypers on the site. And Avery repositioning.
They can just wait for the plant here, though. Autumn is already all the way in dish with Kurosu, and they're using that Rolling Thunder now. They have a counter Rolling Thunder, though. Leah has a Rolling Thunder available, but is it going to be enough?
Last player standing.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. 1v1 though, Solaire.
Teleport's ready.
This is the last round that they need. How are they gonna win things out? There's a stun. And honestly, stalling for time, but is it good? It is! It's gonna carry on. Solaire are not gonna give up just yet. The only thing left is OT.
OT now. Solaire, can they make it though? That was their first round in 6 rounds. And Avery,
Right there.
it has taken out the operator as well. Even though there's no tour de force, they're still going to have to worry about these really long-range battles with Avery. And on the other side, they are still struggling a little bit with their economy. They make it down to the wire, and at the end of the day, you rebuy every single round. And now they have a few players with half shields, and they don't really have anything to even out that health advantage. Maybe trying to get that Nightfall online, but otherwise, there's aggression now happening in A main.
Yeah, really nice set of Dart Monkeys.
I got spot.
It's continuous, but Hypers with the ultimate is going to be dangerous. If they can't find another one, it's going to go down. And they can't use it any longer. The flash is coming out. They know they need to go towards that A site, but they're going to meet Avery. Is there another flash? For the peak here. If there is, then it's over. Quite possibly. No, actually, there isn't.
Ooh,
Leah
not
White
baited.
swings that.
The good thing was Avery wasn't baited by the junk peek from Hypers there. Now they regroup, play together.
Oh no.
What can
I-
I-
Defenders.
Not much. Dart
Hypers
monkeys.
knows. They know. They absolutely know. I'm in an abyss of the unknown. I feel like we're currently in just in purgatory, just waiting to figure out what's gonna happen to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we get out of purgatory soon. But Dart Monkeys, once again, on their own map pick. I don't think anyone is surprised. That first half was incredibly dicey. We didn't know what was going to happen, who would come out on top. And when Solaire won those first 2 rounds as well, brung themselves up to 8-6.
Yeah.
That was incredibly scary. Dart Monkeys potentially looking at losing a best of 3 2-0, but now 1-1 on the board. And we're going to Haven for our 3rd map.
It's
Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me